Do you remember the 21st day of September? Hey, happy Tuesday! It's your girl, hashtag JLoan in the building. And of course, it's my favorite day of the week. It's my favorite day of the week because it's Tuesday, and every Tuesday, you know what happens, right? Another Tuesday, another tip with It's Your Girl, hashtag JLoan. So, what is significant about September 21st? I will tell you. Besides the song I sang at the beginning, you have 101 days left for the rest of the year. And the question is, what are you going to do with those 101 days? So I decided to teach you a little bit about what makes up your credit score, because I believe there's tons of people out there that want to buy a home, maybe have no credit or have credit, but it's not too good. And so I'm going to try to put that all in this Mortgage Tip Tuesday to help you with your home ownership goals. All right. So we're first going to talk about what makes up a credit score. So 35% is actually your payment history. Let me come on this side. Is your payment history. 30% is how much do you owe. 15% is your length of your credit history. And then 10% each are your types of credit and your new credit. So I'm actually going to break down each one of them to help you out more. So payment history, this is the number one reason why clients have not so good credit scores, because this dings your credit a lot. Okay, now, just like you, your credit is very unique. Every person's credit is different. If you have a late payment, but you just started establishing credit, and then someone who has credit for 15 years has a late payment, it's going to affect your scores differently. So you can never expect it to rate you the same way that it does someone else. So it's very important to make sure that your payment history on any open credit reporting on your credit bureau is paid on time. That doesn't mean you have to make over the minimum payment. Just make sure that minimum payment is made every month to make sure that you maintain good credit. Okay. The next one is how much you owe. Now, of course, we do look at it in its entirety, but what we do look at is, are your credit cards maxed out? Do you have a ton of debt and you owe a ton of money on it? The number one thing that I talk about here on how much you owe that is changeable is your credit card balances. And the biggest reason why is because it's the easiest thing you can change right away. And the key is 30% or below of what the limit is. Okay, so to make things easy, if you have a $200 credit card, you want to make sure the balance reporting never reports more than $60. That's 30%. Another thing people don't know about credit cards is never close a credit card and that has a balance on it, because that affects your score more than keeping it open and paying it off. You have to be able to, I taught someone in my family, if you want to pay the credit card off and you don't want to use it, or maybe you don't trust yourself to do it, either give it to somebody you trust to just hold it, or just shred it, pay it off, and then go ahead and close it. Okay, that's just my advice. If you can't, some people love to shop, and it's not a bad thing. It's just when you want to buy a home, you have to be willing to make sacrifices, or not even just a home. If you want to have great credit, you want to be able to walk in a place and just sign, you got to start to create good habits. And those habits start with you being able to say no to all the things you want, and only yes to the things you need for the time being, until you get yourself in a better place and you learn more about how to manage credit and let credit work for you instead of being dependent on your credit. Okay. Again, length of credit history, that's 15% of your score. So a lot of the times what I tell people, and I've said it in videos before, I have the same credit cards that I have from my freshman year of college. Okay. And I'm not afraid of my age. My freshman year of college was 1997. I still have those same cards today. Okay, so think about how much my length of credit history is that I have, and I will not close those cards. But where people get caught up is in those 0% transfer offers that are given to you. If I had a card in 1997 and decided I'm going to transfer this so I don't have to pay the interest on this balance, and I'm going to go ahead and transfer this over to this new card, and then I close this account, I just lost all those years of my length of credit history. So even if you're going to take on that offer, don't close that original card so that you can keep your length of your credit history. Okay? And then number 10, your types of credit. Not saying you have to have all of them, but it's always nice to have a good mix of credit. So revolving accounts, which are like your credit cards, installment debts, which are your auto loans, your mortgage, your student loans. It's something that has a fixed payment over a duration of years that you will pay off. And then maybe a store card or anything, just a good mix of credit, because they want to see that you're able to manage different types of credit. Again, you don't have to have all kinds of the mix, but it's nice to see a different variety. As lenders, that's what they kind of look for, is what types of credit you have, and are you making those payments, of course, on time across a mixture of credit. And then the biggest one is new credit. A lot of the times I hear clients, or you have seen it in your passage, you say, man, I opened a car and my credit score dropped. And that does happen. When you open new credit, there is an initial ding to your credit, but once you start to make 90 days worth of payment, your score will go up. So the biggest thing is to make sure that you have a good mixture of all of these items that make up your credit score. Now, the big thing with new credit is lenders don't like to see that you have a ton of open new credit, because to them it may look like maybe you're overextended. Even though that might not be the case, it may look like you have a financial hardship and that you've decided to lean on opening credit to help you with the debt that we don't see. So just be careful with opening up tons and tons of new credit, because not only does it ding your score if you're getting ready to apply for a home loan, it may look a little different to the underwriter. So, you don't want to max out your credit cards. You want to make sure you make your payments on time, because this is also, there's a lot of credit repair, talk out there. And this is the number one thing, that if you're truly late, no credit repair can miraculously remove that off. And that's the one thing I tell people. It's easier to get credit repair to help you with maybe false reporting, bad reporting, collections, things of that sort that they can help you with. But if you truly have missed 10 payments and have past due balances, there's no one that could really fix that but you, okay? So I hope that this helps you. Again, you have 101 days left till the end of the year to get your goals in line for 2022 and see if there's a way that we can help you increase your credit scores or actually even get a credit score. So if you don't have a credit score, one thing I didn't mention was the easiest way to get a credit score. There's two things that I would always suggest. One of them is to put yourself as an authorized user on maybe your spouse's card, or if you have a family member who has really good credit. So for instance, like me, if I wanted to help someone out in my family, I can add them to that very, very long credit card that I have from 1997. And what happened is they begin to get credit for my credit. The biggest thing you want to watch out for, it has to be someone you trust, because if they don't make their payments, if they have high balances, if they go over the limit, if they do anything wrong, that also affects your credit. So it has to be someone that you trust. And if you're the person that wants to help someone, like I said, you don't even have to give that person the card. You can actually just add them, and it just helps them, and you don't really give them access. So that's one way to initially get you tons of credit right away. And then the next way, because lenders do want to see that you're not just an authorized user, that you know how to do this on your own, is to get a secure bank credit card. These are just like debit cards, except for it gives you credit card history. So you use your own money and you put it on there, and then you use it just like a credit card, and then you re-up again. So anyways, it's your girl, #JLoan. I am going to sign off and hope that you have a fantastic rest of your week. As always, I want you to be safe, I want you to be blessed, and I want you to take care of yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.